Hey guys, what's up? It's strange. It's strange to talk to a camera. Alright, I'm Pynchon. I'm still Chinese. I'm still living in Estonia. I'm still doing my PhD degree at Tallinn University. I'm 27 now. I'm doing good. How about you? Hope you're all doing good. But yeah, today I want to tell you about my book, my passion project. I love my creative writing, whatever you call it. It's titled My First Year in Wait, no, it's not. It's just First Year in Estonia, and it's about my first year of living in Estonia. I'll tell you about that later. But how have you been? It's crazy, right? The weather is weird. It's like the end of January now, and it's not snowing at all, right? I know. I don't even have a pair of gloves. I lost it on bus number 8. One day when I was riding home from the city center, and I lost it. I lost one on the bus, so I decided to throw away the other one. But I haven't got a new pair since then because there's really no need for it. I tuck it into my pants if it's getting a little bit chilly, but most days I get by without gloves. And that's abnormal. There was no snow on Christmas Eve. There was nothing. Global warming. But yeah, how do you like the office? It's good, right? I know, I like it too. It's Tallinn University. We're in Male building, and they finally decided to give me an office because I got promoted. Not only a PhD student anymore, I got promoted as a senior research fellow, and now I'm like employed by the university. Now I'm supposed to teach some courses to bachelor program students in the following semester, but I haven't figured out what to teach. But let's see. And I'm on my last stretch of my PhD program. I'm writing up the dissertation right now here every day, and it's going well. I had like 1/3 of it done already, and hopefully by April next year, 2021, I'll have something solid to defend, and I'll be a proper doctor. Let's see, hopefully, fingers crossed. Well, I haven't been making videos. I don't know. I mean, life happened. I don't really know. I mean, like, it just... Let me zoom in a little bit. Is it better? Yeah, it's great. But yeah, I just kind of lost interest. I don't know what to say. I think that's a thing about like passion projects. It's about things like personal interest, in general. Like I can't do it unless I feel like it, And I really didn't feel like it. And I just didn't know what to say. Like there was no topical thing to talk about. Like I remember I used to enjoy making videos about like a certain topic, say 5 type of food I like the most about, in Estonia. Like there's a certain topic to it, and it was very easy to find when I first got here, like in the first year of living in the country, like especially a new country. Estonia was new for me back in 2015 and 2016. Wow, I've been here for a while, huh? But yeah, back then it was really new of a place for me, and it's easy to find a topic that is just super new, super interesting, I can talk forever about. But then kind of like become a part of your daily routine, a part of your normality, a part of your life, really just, it become mundane, it become not so interesting anymore. It's not to say I don't have interest anymore about the country, but it has shifted from talking about those general things that I see or I witness or I observe to something slightly different that is more invisible. Let's say the interpersonal relationship, the people, and the sentiment I have about China, my home country, and my parents. It's just a lot of other invisible connections that you form throughout the years start to take a hold of your life. It start to become way more important and way more interesting for you to explore instead of those things that is very visual or very material based, I guess. That's why I stopped making video. I didn't think I have anything else to add, But about the book, now it's time to talk about that. First year in Estonia, yeah, I started writing about it actually right after I spent the first year here. I was just trying to write everything down. I want to record things back then, I want to record everything on camera. I want to write everything down. I just want to express myself, really. I never felt like I had an outlet, and then all of a sudden I just feel so free. I wanted to write everything down. Every day when I go out somewhere, like say I want to buy that, like it's like when I tell people I've been to buy that, like verbally, they'll be laughing at me like, what's in buy that? Like, what's your deal, man? What you going there for? I'm just telling them like there's a lot of interesting thing going on in Biden. Like you can't, like it's hard to tell you verbally because maybe there's not so many things to do there. But you being there, like the fact that I was there, that makes a difference because I'm experiencing something new every day. Like at the very beginning, I feel like it was because of Estonia. I thanked Estonia for all the adventures and interesting things that happens to me. But only like a little bit later, I realized I need to see it a little bit different. It's not really about, Estonia is an interesting place, but it's not by nature a place. It's not going to by nature be interesting. You always have to kind of engage with it in an interesting way. You have to kind of approach it, interact with it in a very personal way. And once you understand, or once you have time to ponder over that personal interaction you have with a location, a place, then things become interesting. So it's not about by that being interesting. By that, by nature, is any place for that matter. Doesn't necessarily have to be interesting. I don't know. I don't know if a place by nature can be interesting or not. It's always about how I experience it and how I interact with it. And I think that makes things interesting. So I guess when people ask the question like, why is by day interesting for you? I need a lot of time to explain to them, like not just describing the street or describing the cafe I went to, but I need to tell them the story, and then tell them like how my bike broke down and I got to roll that bike into a bike shop that was kind of like, in the corner, and you didn't even know it was a bike shop, and then you found it, and how you get to talk to the owner and all that. That is interesting. And I wanted to write all that down, the personal interaction with a place, with a people, and perhaps with myself. And I think that's exactly what I did in this book. I wrote it down right after I spent the first year here. And it wasn't good. It was horrible. I hated the writing. Like, it was a lot of conversation, and I didn't know when to stop. I just wrote down all the conversations that was in my head, and I described a lot about the environment. And I also wrote a lot about my memories about China back home, a lot. And I ended up getting a draft that is about 70,000 words, 65,000 words, somewhere around that. And it was just, it was very random. I wouldn't say it's not good. It's just very random. I don't think anybody would have patience to read it. So I felt embarrassed. I felt embarrassed back then, and I put it away. I didn't look into it. I didn't really revise it or anything. I didn't do anything with it for the past 3 years, and I went on with my life. Just get busy. But this autumn, I think October, I accidentally stumbled upon it on my hard drive, and I was reading it, and some sparkles really, it really came up and from the text, and I decided to give it another try. So I rewrote it. This time it's a little bit shorter. I wrote about almost the same thing, Back then it has 10 chapters, maybe a little bit more, 10 or 11, 12 chapters. And this round I got to 10 chapters, and it's 45,000 words, with maybe 10 pictures at the end of it. And I think it's a lot more readable now. I wouldn't even call it way better than the first draft. It's just like a different perspective, especially when I had three more years to really soak myself in this whole experience, Not only the first year's experience, but the following 3 years' experience. All this together gave me like a very brand new type of perspective and point of view on what has happened, so far. And I think, I don't know. I think one of the questions I was working with an editor from the States, and she was asking me like a question. She was confused about the book. She said that after reading the book, she still doesn't understand like why did I come to Estonia. In her view, that it would be way better if I could explain that motivation, why I would come to Estonia, but really I didn't talk about it that much. And to be honest, at this point, I'm just gonna be honest, I don't think it's even important. Why? It's the question, why did I come to Estonia, I think it's less important, and at least to me, because I feel like what is really important is about how, It's about how is Estonia changing me? How is Estonia a part of my life now? It doesn't matter like why did I come here? It doesn't. Maybe, I'm not sure if it would give a context to my story, because everybody's talking about how to contextualize, how to put a person in an environment. But I think instead of focus on that why in this book, in this first year in Estonia, I try to write more about the moment. I try to write more about how do I feel about living here. And somehow it's like I don't have the vocabulary to describe it, or I don't have the metaphor, the analogy for it. But I think it feels like I don't want to imagine you're a light bulb, right? And now it's radiating all this heat and light. Like this light bulb itself is your life and the present moment. And the light and the warmth it radiates, it's how you're interacting with your environment. It's how you're living your life. Does it really matter? Does it really matters or where the light bulb come from? Or who made the light bulb? Or who put it on? Or who turned it on? Yeah, some people like to know everything about this light bulb. They want to know where is it manufactured, where is it, who put it on to the socket, or who turned on the light switch. A lot of people want to know all that, and I understand that. Like that's sometimes my preference too. But I think in this book I didn't deliver on a lot of those, but I did deliver the momentary, very ethnographic kind of experience of a light bulb. I don't know if it's a douchey thing to call myself a light bulb, but yeah, that's how it feels. Yeah, the book is live now. It's everywhere on Amazon. If you're in Europe, you go to your nearest Amazon whatever deco.uk and you can get it. If you're in North America, you have Amazon.com. So link in description. But yeah, I'm really happy about the project being finally out there to be shared with the audience, and I'm working with a translator right now, so hopefully we'll get it translated into Estonian, and hopefully I'll get to send it out to the bookstores once it's in Estonian, and I'm really excited about this. I don't know. Besides that, I guess I don't know. What am I doing these days? Oh yeah, I'm still trying to build my own wooden house in Estonia. I have a plot of land. I don't know if I told you guys about this, but I have a plot of land, and I'm looking into building a log cabin, a little wooden house in the countryside myself. Like I don't know. I never saw a lot of wooden houses back home. Like I remember my grandparents had a wooden house in the countryside, and it got bulldozed over when I was like 7. And since after that, I never lived inside a wooden house until I got to Estonia, and I don't know, it's just so much. I like wooden houses, so I'm trying to build one right now by myself. And by the look of it, you might think, oh well, I thought it was gotta be super easy to build, but it's not. It's actually quite tough to build. It takes a lot of work, a lot of skill. So I'm still learning. And let's see. I'll keep you guys updated. And I'll see you until either the next video or the next book. Or if you want to join anthropology program in Tallinn University, we'll probably see each other sooner. Take care. See you next time.